Welcome back to my channel. I'm Double Six. This is Money, Cars, Women and Children, where we teach men, mostly men, how to become more deadly and more dangerous. Now you're into my segment, which is Black Families Matter. So stay tuned for part 3, where I get into my personal business and tell you what happened and what goes down in my family drama situation. So stay tuned to the other side. Watch out for this now. So welcome back, people. I'm Double Six and I'm going to tell you my family business. This is my segment, Black Families Matter. This is part 3. This is going to be about a 20-part series by the looks of it, and I'm going to get into my personal business. In my previous video on this, I told you a little bit about the background story between my long-term partner, which I refer to as Pam, and I had son 1, daughter 1 and son 2, and I refer to them as such just to keep privacy on the channel and protect my family's privacy. I'm here to tell you a little bit about what goes on with family, with the family court system, when families break down, when high-value successful men have family drama. Now, I'm going to get into now the section now where I've explained in the last video that relationship broke down after 15 years, son 1, son 2. Mother took the 2 children for her own, I think, coping mechanisms. She kept me away from the children. I'm gonna get into the more personal reasons as to why men have to defend themselves and defend themselves against allegations and defend themselves against the family court system. So as I said, I'm not creating these videos on how to bash women. This is not a woman bashing man channel. I'm not into that. Like, I big up my black sisters. I love my black sisters. We need more Black cohesive families working together, living and living their children together and living their life together, so we can do better as black people. We need that. We don't need no more breakdown of black families. But the system, when I say the system, I refer to the system as local government, municipal offices, social services, third-party government agencies, government. That is what we call the system. The system is designed to keep black families separated, yeah? And when they find black women in a low and vulnerable position when it comes to their black families, when there's problems in the family and a woman is in a low part of her life, the system steps in and takes advantage of that black woman, because they know that they can manipulate that black woman and break down our families. And that's why I'm here, to try to show you that when you have a problem and you can't see your children and you're fighting for your children, don't beat down the woman. Try your best to beat the system. So these videos, I'm gonna show you how to beat the system. I'm not showing you how to go out there and beat your woman to a pulp, like metaphorically. Of course, we don't beating no woman, but beating in the sense of winning. Yeah, we don't want you to go out there and win your woman to a pulp. I want to empower men to beat the system. So look at this now, yeah? I'm gonna switch up to some documents. Hold on, bounce over to here. And I'm gonna prepared some documents for you to understand. So my children lived in the borough of Lambeth. Let me see if I can point. Oh yeah, Lambeth, you can see over there, Lambeth. Now, my children's case, my family case, where I had to go back to try and get access to my children, started in 2018, right? In 2021, I kind of got a final court order late end of 2019. I got a final order, and then I got another final order in sometime early 2021. But just for you to understand the levels of what you've got to go through. So this was a freedom of information request I put in to find out all of the documents that Lambeth Social Services had on my children, on their file, basically. Social services file. I didn't know you could get the social services file until way down at the end of my proceedings. Had I have known that, I'm here to empower you, to let you know that you can actually request copies of the file that social services have. And some key people in Lambeth Social Services, I'll name them, which really, you know, this is the system, what you got to fight against. It was Vivian Neary, she's a social worker for Lambeth Council, and Vicky Coburn, meant to be some kind of senior social worker, it wasn't really senior at all. Melanie Good, who was the practice manager of Lambeth Social Services. I think you had Stephanie Sams, she was a supervisor for Lambeth Social Services. There was a very good guy, Alex Kubayen, he was pretty good. He was the director of social services, and another lady, something Hope, I've forgotten her name. She wasn't too helpful, but I think she was the strategic director of social services. But I'm gonna name them and shame them. Yeah, these people were rotten. These people took advantage of a black woman and of a black family to drive a wedge between them. What I want you to understand here is, I don't know if you can see my mouse with this recording. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, but I'm gonna point to it. But I've already kind of outlined it, yeah, in the red box here, just for you to get some contents of what I'm gonna show you in these segments of videos. So it says, I write to your request received on 2nd of April for a copy of your children's social care records under the Data Protection something Act. You provided a copy of your driver's license, proof of your address, children's birth certificates, yeah, because you got to do all of that. Firstly, I apologize on behalf of the delay in sending you the request. Now, this is what the key bit. From a search of our records, we have found a total of 17 volumes containing 2,450 pages. Yeah. Aye. 2,450 pages of documentation Lambeth Social Services have on me and my family, basically where they have tried their utmost best to take advantage of a black woman's way of dealing with her relationship, which is just maybe temporarily separating the man and the children away from each other because she can't kind of deal with coping with the breakdown of the man. But the social services system, they run in on that and drive a wedge in on that. Your woman is the thin end of the wedge. They start hammering that wedge in, yeah? And the wedge consists of 2,450 pages. This video is just to give you some understanding of the context of what I'm gonna go through, the size of the battle. This was David versus Goliath. I'm dealing with allegedly educated, trained professionals being paid by our taxes. We are the local government paymasters. You know, I've got a couple of properties in the borough of Lambeth that I pay local council tax for those, yeah, being sublet, right? Now, you have to understand, we are the government, we are the system's paymaster. The system will turn against you and grind you into fine powder. The system moves very slowly, but it grinds very finely, yeah? And I got caught underneath that millstone, right? That massive, heavy millstone of local government. I got caught underneath it. I was David and the millstone was Goliath. But I had to fight for my youths. I tell you no lie. Let my youths them see this video in years to come. I had to fight for my youths, and this is what you have to understand. 2,450 pages. That's just the part what Lambeth had. My own bundle, like I said to you, yeah, my own shit, yeah, was like, bam, that's me. That's my thing, yeah. My thing, my end of it is probably another couple of thousand pages. This isn't the Lambeth document. This is just my segment of documents. There's another couple of thousand pages in there. Yeah? Oh, God almighty, that's heavy. Yeah? So just watch out, yeah? So maybe we're talking, my case was probably about another 6,000-7,000 pages of documentation. That's not emails, that box that I just picked up there. Emails is probably another couple of, I think my family court case was a 10,000 page count complex case. Now, for anybody going into family issues, family matters, you will understand page count. That's how lawyers look at a case to determine how they're going to get paid, how complex the case is. Like a 10,000 page count case is like a murder case. That's like a Crown Court attempted murder case. No, maybe murder's like 100,000 pages. But like a Crown Court major case, attempted murder, bank robbery, major fraud case is like a 10,000 page count. A standard family case would probably be 500 page count, 1,000 page count, yeah? So maybe my case was 10 times more the volume in terms of paper, yeah, being a 10,000 page count case. But as I said, 2,450 pages was collected by the local authority on trying to keep me away from my children. They weren't trying to build the bridge between the family. It wasn't 2,450 pages to keep the family together. They did everything that they could to keep me away from my children. Lambeth Social Services, they're rotten to the core. There's nothing good about them. Absolutely nothing good about them. They kept me away from my children for a year and a half. The last time the children walked through my door until the next time the children walked through my door was 1.5 years wide. And I'm still repairing the damage with son number 1, even till today in 2022. And these proceedings started November 2017. So 5 years, I'm still repairing the damage with son number 1, who kind of was the oldest son and the focus on most of these proceedings. You know, just check what you have to go through. I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna peel off that. I'm gonna peel over to here. And I want you to look at this now. Yeah, let me just enlarge this a little bit here now. I've taken out like, I've tried to take out I've redacted basically the information on the case. Yeah, I've redacted a lot of the information. So if I do see anything that pops up, I will cut it out the scene and I will try to get rid of it. Yeah, because I don't want any personal information going out about my little youth them. But I gotta use what I can to show you how to deal with these situations. So after looking at what social services hold, you now got to look at the family court system. I'm trying to give you a high level view before I go into each video on the scenarios of what happens. So the next high level, so the first high level view is page count, what the local authority hold, what I hold, what the court bundle hold. And it was about a 10,000 page count with social services holding about 2,450 pages. Now, the next high level way to look at how complex my case was, court orders. How many court orders that were issued. That's what you have to understand, how many times you have to go to court to get a court order, to get a piece of information, to get one step closer to seeing your children. Now, this is the index, the court bundle that we had. So it was at the Family Court of Croydon. And just to familiarize yourself, this is a court order index with your bundle with all your papers in it. And you got position statements of the applicant mother, of the father, so on and so forth. You got all of the C100 applications. I'll go through that in the next video. C100, C2s, emergency applications, all that kind of jazz. But I just want you to understand this now, how many court orders there was. And I've detailed them with the numbers in blue that you can kind of see over here. And it starts with the first one. I'll go through them in order of the videos as well. Non-molestation order. Yeah, that's, oh God almighty. Wicked and Satan. Wicked and Satan. The system is wicked. Man, I tell you, inshallah. Yeah. Man, I tell you, the system wicked. Yeah. You got court order. It goes through. I've numbered them. 1, 2. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Look, these are all different dates. 18, 19, 20. Let me see. 20 court orders. And this index didn't even go up to 2021. I think it stopped at, I think I had another 2 court orders after this, but this was the only court index I could find at the time. But I think there's another 2 that go up to 2021. So there will be 21 or 22 court orders. So anyone thinking that you can just go to court, get your kids back, you know, have a little representation, get your kids back, get a court order, get access to your kids. That's what I thought. Bowl me over. It took me 22 court orders to secure access back to my youth them. 22. So understand what I had to go through, understand the resistance. And the resistance isn't really from the woman. Resistance is the system in the woman's ear telling her the wrong thing. That's what you have to understand. When someone's in an emotional low place, yeah, and people are behind them, giving them, feeding their negativity, not giving them any positivity at all, they're bound to make the wrong decision. It's just human nature. If you're already feeling low, feeling negative, and somebody's going, yeah, you can do it, give it more, do this, do that, you know, forget about him, penalize him, pressure him. Yeah, they're not thinking about the family. They're not thinking about the children. They're not thinking about how black boys need their fathers in their lives. The system is just there designed to burn the bridge between father and the family and break down that black family and weaken that black family. And I'm just here illustrating. It took me 22 court orders to secure access back to my statement of the father, statement of the respondent father, statement of the mother, psychological reports. Yeah, all that section 7 reports, all that kind of SH. So understand that level. Yeah, that's the next high level. Last piece of information I'm going to give you in this video here is for you to kind of understand. Let me resize this. Money. Yeah, money. Now this is one of my barrister fee notes. This is for the 30-year call barrister that I strategically deployed throughout the case, and I'll tell you what happened throughout those bits and pieces. Just for you to understand that for every court order, you have to have a barrister to represent you. You can't represent yourself. Yeah. And this was for new court chambers. Let me see if I can just kind of resize that there. Yeah, new court chambers, big chambers in London. Yeah, and for every court hearing, you can kind of see, yeah, what the fees are. Yeah, it's like £2.5 grand briefing fee, £2,500 briefing fee. That's just for the barrister to read the papers. Just read them. Not even give you any. Not even turn up to court yet. That's just for the barrister. Just read your paperwork. Like, here's my case paperwork. Can you read it, please? Okay, I can read it for you for £2,500. Read it for you. A briefing fee. And that's not a trial date. For each of the trial dates, for a good barrister, you could be paying like 2.5, 3 grand. Yeah, this is for just a couple of hearing dates in, let's have a look. This goes to like 19. This is just like 2019, some part of 2019, couple of payments received. And it's like £9,250. Now, private proceedings in family law, you don't get legal aid. You only get legal aid when there's domestic violence involved. And that's just another trick what I'm going to show you how the system tried to boss on man. But me as a man couldn't claim no domestic violence abuse. I couldn't claim to be a victim of domestic violence. I had to find that money. As I said, my case cost me, let me see, I had the number in my head. It's £93,427. That's what I paid in legal fees. £93,427. I haven't said that number for a little while, but I used to ring that number all the time. £93,427. That money could have went on the family. That money could have went on the children. That money could have went on sending all my youths them to private school for years to come. That money could have sit down in cryptocurrency for my youths them. But when they get to 18, they got £2-3 million sitting on. Yeah, you know. People are not thinking, but I had to spend £93,427. This is just one of my barrister fee notes. This is just what happens. This is what you'll have to be prepared to spend if you want to fight the system. As a little man, as a broke pocket little man with no P, you don't stand a chance. Only high value man can fight the system. Only. As a little man, postman Pat, little forklift driver, not much going on for himself. Yeah, little part-time job, 2-3 days a week, and he loses his children and the system step in and the system drive that wedge and keep hammering that wedge between him and his woman. Step back, bridge, and go find something else to do with your money. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. Little P that you got, don't waste it. £93,427 is what I had to pay to get my children back. And I'm just giving you like the high level, but I'm going to start to dig in this. It's been a long time that I want to talk about this. I'm going to start to dig into this for you to understand what you have to go through to fight the system. Remember, I'm not giving you these videos to fight the woman. Don't break down your family. Understand that you need your woman to be strong in your family, but the system will take advantage of the mental position that a woman is in sometimes and drive a wedge to break up the black family. So I'm trying to empower you to fight the system. What was the people then? Run DMC? Was it Run DMC? That wasn't Run DMC that said fight the power. It wasn't Run DMC, man. What's the one with the ugly man in the group? Yeah, with the ugly man. He's got all them gold teeth. Yeah? Public Enemy. Public Enemy tell you fight the power. That's what I'm here to show you, to become more deadly and more dangerous, to fight the power, not to beat down woman. Because the woman is the mother of your children and you need her to be stable in your family, for the mental health of your children, for the well-being of your children. Don't try to beat down the woman. These videos are not going to show you how to beat down the woman, but we're going to show you how to fight the system. It cost me £93,427 in real cash terms to fight the system. What I actually lost in opportunity cost of business, because I had to do a lot of this work myself. Yeah, I probably lost about another 150 grand. I always slap 250. always slap down and say to get back my children, to have them around me, around the bars, cost me $250 that could have been spent on their future, $250 that could have buy a yard outright for them, sit down and rent it and make them have pea growing older and buy anything they want. But because the breakdown of the family structure happened, all those resources go to waste. Big reset. Watch out for my part 4 video where I start to go into court orders. Let me see where they are over here. And I start to go through. I'm gonna start to go through all these court orders, and I'm gonna start to show you what happened in my proceedings. So stay tuned for part 4, Black Families Matter, yeah? Watch out for the next one. Easy.